Good morning guys, Stevo here, hope you're all good out there. It's Friday morning, it's about 10:25, it's kind of murky outside, but it's kind of murky everywhere at the minute. Today's video I'm going to be speaking to you about yesterday's decision by the judiciary to make Brexit need to be formally backed with an act of Parliament, therefore meaning that Parliament will have to vote on the results of the referendum to leave the European Union on the 23rd of June. What a crock of shit. Democracy, if this goes to the Supreme Court, and you've got to bear in mind with this, I will go into details and give you a little bit of a background in a minute. You've got to bear in mind that Theresa May, our Prime Minister, said that she will take this to the Supreme Court in early December. But you have to bear in mind that the judiciary in this country are some of the most pro-European cunts going. They will uphold this decision. That is my opinion. The judiciary, bankers, establishment, none of them wanted us to leave the European Union. They want what is lying in their pockets, and that is to remain a member state of the absolute European superstate. MPs are thought to have been in favour 574 to 54 of remaining. Absolutely crazy figures. Let's go into a little bit of detail. The case was after the victory for the Brexit movement on the 23rd of June. Immediately there was absolute uproar from the Remainers. What they're saying, well, it was only 51% to 49%. What these people need to realise is 17.4 million people, myself included, voted to leave the European Union, voted to stop Brussels dictating the law in the UK, voted to stop money pouring out of this country by the day to bureaucratic fat cats in Brussels, voted to stop the open door policy, voted to stop the massive camps and whatnot and lorry drivers being terrorised in Calais for people that could quite easily settle in France or Belgium or Holland, Spain. If you're a refugee, you settle in the first country you come to that's safe. I am far from racist. I am not a racist person. I'm not right wing. I won't tell you who I vote for, but it isn't one of the right wing parties. I am not racist. I'm a tolerant person. Voted to stop the open door policy. 17.4 million people voted for this. The largest turnout in history of the UK. 17.4 million people. There has never been a larger vote for any political party, any political cause, anything political ever in the United Kingdom. 17.4 million people that if the Supreme Court hold up this decision and Parliament then vote to derail Brexit, 17.4 million people that are going to be on the streets causing absolute chaos. The government will be overthrown. Well, not overthrown. A little bit too far. There will be an immediate general election. Every single MP that voted to remain, who went against his constituents, will lose his seat. Look at the Brexit figures in this sense. Over the constituencies in the UK, 421 voted out to 200 and something remain. MPs in the Commons, of 650 MPs, if the general election was based on votes from the referendum, out would have the biggest majority in history, over 400 MPs to 250. Absolutely destroyed The majority of this country, England I'm talking about, not Scotland, not Wales, England, voted to leave the European Union. Massively. You can Remain people sit on the side of, well, it was only 51% to 49%. Fact of the matter is, turnout was about 70%. All these people saying, you've ruined our future, you've ruined our children's future, you've ruined this, you've ruined that by voting us out of the European Union. Why didn't you get out of bed and go and vote? There's 30% of you people out there in this country that are sitting on your asses, moaning about, oh, we can't leave the EU, but did you go and vote? No, you didn't. That's because you obviously didn't feel passionately enough about the situation. 17.4 million of us felt passionately enough to go out and vote. Now, I know all negative comments in this video. You're a racist. You're right wing. You don't want immigrants in this country. It's all about not letting immigrants into the country. That isn't the case. In the build-up to this referendum, both sides were lied to massively. You look at Osborne and Cameron, Project Fear, absolutely, oh, if we vote to leave, if we vote to leave, the economy will be absolutely devastated. It will be destroyed. Guess what? They just upgraded their forecast to economic growth to 1.4% for next year, which is double what the prediction was before Brexit. The pound has dropped in value. Oh, the pound's dropped in value. Oh my God, oh my God. It's good for tourism. It's good for people who want to buy our goods. It's good for a lot of people. It may affect you and me by a few pennies in Tesco's. Marmite will be a bit more expensive. Companies like Unilever taking the absolute piss and trying to raise the price of all our goods. Well, it's not going to work, is it? People have just said they're going to boycott Marmite. Then the people are saying, well, if we try to leave the European Union, the government will put taxes and import duty on the goods that the companies want to sell into our country. Hold on 1 second. The UK buys far more goods from Europe than we sell to them. If, for instance, Mercedes, Audi, Citroën, that's just the car companies, we're told by their governments there's going to be an import duty on everything you sell to England, they would kick up absolute fucking murder. There is no way that the big companies who sell most of their shit to us consumers in England, Britain, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Northern Ireland, sorry. No, absolutely no way they would accept that. No fucking way would they accept that. You've got all this bullshit between hard Brexit, soft Brexit. All it is your left-wing cocks, Clegg, Miliband, them dickheads, saying, oh, there is no hard Brexit or soft Brexit. Brexit is Brexit. That is it. There isn't a hard Brexit. There isn't a soft Brexit. Soft Brexit would be staying in the single market, having to abide by their immigration rules. That isn't Brexit, is it? No, it isn't. What people need to realise is, the judges yesterday, this case was brought by Gina Miller, who's not even, she's a British citizen, but she wasn't even born here. The Lord Thomas, Lord Souls and Sir Thomas Everington voted to say that Parliament need to vote on this to get it through. So that means the Lords will need to vote on it as well. But surely, Parliament voted to give us a referendum. Parliament voted 6-1. 6 MPs to 1 to give the UK population a referendum. And when we were given that referendum, it was saying we will accept your results and we will take those results, and whatever happens, we will implement them. Whatever happens, you decide that you want to leave the European Union, we will implement it. You decide you want to stay, we will implement it. And what's happened? Country, the biggest turnout in the history of the United Kingdom, voted to leave the European Union, all the establishment gets up in arms, and this happens. It's disgusting. If this goes through the Supreme Court, and it's upheld and Parliament have to vote, there'll be a general election, like I said, and every single MP who goes against his constituents' wishes will lose out big time. They will lose their jobs. And guess what? The next general election, if they block Brexit, the next general election will see the highest turnout in the history of this country. And I'm telling you something right now, Labour will be devastated, destroyed, fucked. Tories won't be, but a lot of their MPs will lose their seats. There'll be massive gains for parties like UKIP. That's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not saying who I vote for, but it's not right wing. It's not a right party. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. I voted to leave the European Union. I voted to leave the European Union because I don't like the fact that our country isn't sovereign anymore. And there's a lot of other reasons I could go into. But I just wanted to make this video, get my thoughts across. Big fat who has fallen asleep because I'm talking politics. But yeah, I don't do many political videos, but this is only my second one. I really wanted to get my thoughts out on this. But other than that, obviously if the Supreme Court next month backs what Dickhead Thomas and Dickhead Everington and Dickhead Miller and all them dickheads decided yesterday, then there's going to be uproar in this country. I'm not ashamed to say I'm a working class guy. I've got no time for these rich fuckers who think they can... Basically, this Gina Miller, she's married to a multi-millionaire, she thinks because she's a rich fucker, she's more clever than 17.4 million of us. That's what these cunt judges think as well. They think because he's Lord and Sir, and they live in fucking mansions in London, and they're friends with bankers, and they snort cocaine off prostitutes' tits and get away with it, they think because they do all that, they know better than 17.4 million Brits. But guess what? You don't. And the sooner Article 50 is implemented, the better. And the sooner you lot realise that people in this country are fed up of your fucking shit, the better. This is El Stevo. Hope you all have a good weekend. Peace.